Hi there. We want your girlfriend's experience to be the best it can be. Did you know that you can increase the picture quality on YouTube? Let's change the quality to 4K. That's super clear, ultra high definition video. I'll walk you through it step by step. Move your mouse over the video or tap the screen if you're on a phone or tablet, and you'll see some buttons appear. On a computer, click the little gear icon in the bottom right corner of the video. In the YouTube app for phone or tablet, tap the little gear icon in the top corner of the video. Next, click or tap the button that says Quality. This shows you the video options. Look for the one that says 2160p 4K and select it. That's the highest quality, nice and sharp. Watching in 4K uses more of your internet bandwidth and can potentially slow your connection. If you are having issues with your video, you can always go back and choose a lower video quality. That's it. Now you're watching in the best quality possible.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Tuesday.
Yes.
Here we are.
We got past Monday.
That is for sure. And we are happy to be here and happy to have you here as well. Thank you for joining us at Three Themes Live, where theme number 1 is something to smile about, theme number 2 is something to learn, and theme number 3 is something to discover. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Three Themes Live. I'm Chris here at my girlfriend's quilt shop, and this week we are talking about all the cozy textures out there. So yesterday we, did some little texture taste testing, if you will, and we had our little, go-to needle guide to help us figure out the best ways to sew them, and we were able to dive into a little bit more about flannel and using that amazing log cabin ruler. Today, I've got my friends Jackie and Allison with me because we're going to talk about minky and like a double-sided fleece and all that, stretchy stuff. It's those cozy textures.
All the stuff we stay away from.
Yes, right.
But we want somebody to do for us.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. I like to, in the description yesterday, Shelby had said something like, I can't do it justice, but basically how the fabrics we love, we shouldn't be afraid to sew on them, right?
That's right. It's right. But they can be intimidating.
But they can be,
right?
Yes.
Right.
So if we love it, we should love to sew too.
They're like everything. I mean, I think if you have the right tools and the tips and tricks, then it always makes your life so much easier.
Right.
But knowing what those are is sometimes the hard part.
Yeah, I always call it stretch to fit.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I do that with my shirt. During COVID especially, I was like, Chris had a few too many Snicker bars, if you will, and I was stretching to fit that shirt every day.
Yeah.
So Jeff always says, hammer to fit, paint to match.
There
and
you
I'm
go.
like, no, just stretch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing my morning stretches.
There you go, exactly. Too funny. So, cozy textures kind of embraces some of our senses, right?
Yes,
right.
yes.
Especially the feel. But there's also something kind of interesting about cozy sounds, if you will. And there's something that just seems to go viral all the time out there. Have you guys, tapped into this ASMR thing? What does that even stand for? Audio something.
I do know because I memorized it.
Okay, what is it?
It stands for autonomous.
Oh, autonomous.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, see, I was
that not a
totally
mouthful?
up in the
I
night.
had no idea.
That
What
is
did
a
you think it
mouthful.
stands?
Well,
I hadn't-
I only thought the A was audio,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
autonomous.
Okay,
And
that's
the reason
interesting.
is because it actually is a physical response. It's a calming response, but some people actually physically feel a tingling from their head all the way to their toes when they tap into some of these sounds.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, there's
I never-
nothing better.
never
I
knew.
don't know. I love, like, I see cooking reels and it's completely silent except for the tap, tap, tap and the crack of the egg and the whisking of the, you know, the dough and like
Yeah.
all this stuff. And so as sewists and quilters, we can experience the same thing. I mean, nothing gets me as excited like the hum of a sewing machine, right?
True.
Yeah, we've talked a lot amongst
Okay.
ourselves
Well,
about
that's-
how it's the process of sewing that is relaxing and therapeutic.
Yeah.
Sometimes more than the finished product.
It's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
That
And
is
my
so true.
mom, so my mom was an ironer. My dad worked at a bank, but it was the steam of the iron
Oh.
and the swoosh swoosh on the ironing that was
Yes.
her autonomous response. You know, that they did.
Interesting.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, that is.
So what is yours, Jackie?
Well, I says it's not sewing related.
It doesn't have to
okay.
be. I mean,
But, you know,
What do you love to hear?
It just came when you're going to the movie theater. Okay, in the beginnings, they always do the drink,
Oh,
the
and
Coke as
it's-
it's pouring.
yes,
with
yes.
the ice.
With the ice, yes.
And I'm like, that's exactly where my mind went, was, oh, I'm thirsty, I need a drink.
So true. They know what they're doing,
yes,
don't they?
So then, now, yes.
I
Exactly.
think it's why I
Yeah.
like to piece, because it's
Yeah.
that steady hum of the sewing
Right.
machine.
Okay, well,
Well,
What's
and
yours,
a
Chris?
machine embroidery, too.
you know, I get mesmerized by watching long arming.
Yes.
And I hear the long arm, and even though I personally don't long arm, I love watching long arm videos where there's no sound except for the long arm. It's
Yeah.
very mesmerizing. I don't know, but we thought it might be fun to play a little game, and we want all of you to play along with us today. So we're going to do a little ASMR that has to do with sewing. So, Allison, you put this together for us.
I did, and I tried to make
I'm
it a
a
little
little-
bit hard.
I'm
So I
kinda
mean, you know,
nervous.
Chris, you're like, go with the serger, go with the long arm, go with this. I'm like, no. I tried to make it a
Of
little
course
bit
not.
harder.
Oh,
so
boy.
let's see if you
Okay.
guys can do it.
All right, so
well-
we're going to listen to a sound.
Are we going to
And
be able to,
we're gonna
hopefully we can hear
guess
it.
what it is,
Yes.
right? Okay.
All right, here we go. I'm ready. Well, I know what that is.
Okay.
Let's give
What
the
was I
audience
thinking?
a minute.
I think.
Okay. Well, it's got to be, right?
I think that's what I think it is.
Are you thinking what I'm
I
thinking?
think we are on the same page. I think.
Okay.
I love this. It's got to be.
It's got to be.
You know.
Yeah, we're telepathic here.
It's got to be a sewing machine, right?
Okay. Is that your guess?
It kind of sounded like a serger to me.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, a serger is a little bit louder.
Yeah.
It can be. Heidi said regular sewing, embroidery machine or serger, a money sorter, someone said. Oh, that's interesting.
Huh.
Janet says a sewing machine. Melinda, embroidery machine. Sable says a serger. Cheryl says a sewing machine. Okay, tell us what it is.
It's a serger.
It was a serger.
Okay,
Okay,
good,
all
because
right.
I've been-
I guess I should have realized
Yeah.
that it's just a little bit.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
A little, just
Little louder.
a titch clunkier.
Yeah.
Not. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be.
Not as
doesn't mean
smooth.
clunky, but yeah. Okay. All
Only
right.
because I've been working mine
Yeah,
really
that's
hard.
you have.
So that's why.
All right. Up next.
Okay.
Try that again.
Is that?
Oh.
No, that was.
Whoops.
No, don't listen to the third one.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Oh.
Ooh.
They all sound like sewing machines, Allison.
I know, you said you were going to
said-
ace this. Chris is like, I've got,
got
this down
this.
because I can hear.
Yeah.
Okay, what
I
is
have
it?
an idea.
All right.
Okay, what are
Just
you
as a
guys
long
saying?
arm
You know, I will
sewing
tell you
machine.
while we're waiting for comments that when you know the sound of your sewing machine, you can tell immediately when there's a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Or if it's dirty.
It's-
Or if
uh-huh.
the bobbin's in wrong.
Yes.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I think
So-
it stumped everybody because I haven't seen anything yet.
Well, let's
A
see.
couple
Okay,
things.
a machine.
Oh, there we
a
go.
machine cutting fabric, Kay
Oh.
said. Sewing machine. Okay, Melinda's saying it's a long arm. A shredder, Janine shares. Huh.
Shredder would
oh,
be one of those ASMR.
Sable's very precise. She said straight stitch sewing machine.
That's great.
Okay.
All right,
what
you
is
ready?
it? Yeah.
It is a sewing
Okay.
It
machine.
is,
That's-
okay,
yeah,
that
it
is
is
a sewing
machine.
machine.
That's
All
what I
right,
thought.
all right,
Perfect.
okay. Next up,
Next up, you got a preview.
okay.
Do you know
I've,
it?
I've got an, yeah, I'm almost positive, but I could be wrong. It sounds like something that happened to me on a comment sold sale one time.
Okay. What is the guesses in the comment?
I don't know, let's see what's happening.
It's harder when you don't know, isn't it? I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys you're gonna remind me, yep, pin
Yeah.
cup.
Pin cup.
But it's got to be pins of
You're
some
dry-
sort.
that you're dropping into
a
a
magnetic
tin.
pin.
A tin
Dish.
or a magnetic
Final
pincushion.
answer?
Oh boy, that must be
what?
the wrong answer.
Okay.
M&M's
M's-
dropping.
oh,
Peggy
that's a
said. Oh,
good
there
one,
you go. I
Peggy.
like that better. Chris doing her pin cup. Yeah. Oh, okay. What
Okay.
is it?
Knitting needles.
What?
Oh.
Yes. Knitting
Okay.
needles when they hit together.
Oh.
Play that again.
Okay.
Knitting needles. Okay, now that I know.
All right.
Oops.
Oh, that's
There we
you
go. What?
Oh, I didn't know you were into knitting.
I'm not. It's the one.
Oh.
I would honestly say it's the one skill I cannot master.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
master's the wrong word.
Yeah.
I can't master any of them.
I
But
would
it's the
never have
ones-
guessed that.
I would not have guessed
Now
that.
remember,
That
it's so
is-
amplified.
That is very amplified.
Yeah, I had to trick you.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. You got us there. All
Okay,
right.
I have
Next
one
up,
more.
one more.
Okay,
Okay.
One more.
Oh, I know what that one is.
Okay.
I think I've got it.
Really? It's got a rhythm to
It's
it.
a continuous sound. so-
I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Jackie, you think you know?
I think I do, actually.
I don't have a clue. Kay said in the comments, who knits
knits
that fast?
Yeah.
Only when you
A slot machine.
a slot machine.
There you go. Serger hand
hand
crank
crank
machine. Okay. All right. What do you think it is, Jackie?
Well, because of the continuous thing, I think it's
Yeah.
an embroidery machine.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
No.
No. Oh my goodness.
Oh, a Sashiko machine.
Okay, that's a good.
Not a
Okay.
sashiko.
A pedal singer, a treadle. That's what I want to say. I think it's a
I
treadle.
tried to find
You tried
the
to
sound
find
of
a
a treadle.
treadle? No.
I couldn't find a sound anywhere. of a
Okay, well
treadle.
now I'm
And my
intrigued.
mom has one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is it?
It's someone spinning wool.
Spinning wool.
What?
Because I do that every single day.
Okay.
You know,
Gonna go into my
I couldn't
spinning
make
room.
it so
Okay.
easy that you guys knew these.
Spinning wool, really,
all right.
Allison?
Yes,
Okay.
Rumpelstiltskin.
All right. Well, I guess we have to hear that again, just so that.
I
guess-
can hear it now. Like.
I
mean,
thought
it
you
could
might have
be.
got that because you were in.
Yeah,
Sharon
Sharon
got
got
it.
it.
Job,
Yeah.
Sharon.
What?
Wow.
Okay, that's amazing, Sharon. Way to go.
Yeah.
A yarn spinner spinning wool.
Yeah, spinning wool. Can we hear that one more time, Eric? That's okay. Okay,
Kind of,
I
it's
can see
kind
it.
of like a treadle.
Don't
I
you?
mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do
Do
it
it
up and
with your
down with your
foot?
foot.
Okay.
And so it's as close as I could get to a treadle sewing machine.
well,
My mom
okay.
had a treadle, and we would beg to sit underneath her and
And be
move
the one to move
yeah.
it. Oh, that's so cute. I
Oh,
love
that's
it.
fun.
Well, Allison, my only
really-
question is, where's the sound of the swearing and crying?
You know, I I heard you get to visit HR for that.
Yeah.
So, I didn't want to do that.
That's right. Or the seam ripper.
I also had a hand sewing one because everybody says hand sewing is a 4-letter word, right? But then Abby called me. She's like, really, do you want to listen to that for 4 minutes? I'm like, no. Out.
No, out. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, well, thanks, Allison. That was you got us on a few of those for sure. Absolutely. Well, I'd love to hear in the comments, what is your favorite sewing sound?
Right.
I mean, is there something
what gives you ASMR response? What is that response that you'd love? Even if it's not sewing, but just that sound.
Yeah, just the sound. Let us know, and please share in the comments because we'd love to hear. And that's kind of cool. ASMR, folks, it's where it's at.
I have to tell you that since we moved our testing gals upstairs, have I cried even once at work?
You haven't.
I honestly think that there's a correlation between the sounds of those girls and their sewing machine and me not crying at work.
There you go. It's just calming.
Yep.
It's just a calming thing.
Yep.
Well, that's fantastic.
Heidi says it's the sound of Dateline.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed that little exercise. We are ready to head on over to our sewing room, and Jackie and Allison are going to take us through a little exercise that has to do with the easiest blanket, not a quilt, a blanket that you will ever make, and it's the perfect, coziest blanket you'll make this fall. So are you ready for that? And then for theme number 3, stick around because we have a troubleshooting guide for you when you run into a few issues with some of those trickier fabrics. We'll be back right after this.
Remember, 3 Things Live is where we always have something to make you smile,
Something to learn.
and something to discover.
Let's go.
My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop is hosting 3 different events to help you open the magic of the season and ensure Santa brings what you really want this year. First, on Thursday, November 20th, we'll be hosting a special show and sale event at 5:30 p.m. Mountain. Come and learn about the amazing sewing and embroidery machines from Baby Lock and Brother. We'll share some incredible savings, bundles, and giveaways. Watch it live on Facebook or YouTube. Then get ready for our Black Friday weekend extravaganza. Our live sale starts at 10 a.m. on Facebook and the Girlfriend app. This is where you want to be on Black Friday. Shopping is easy, fun, and no long lines. Then another special show and sell event is coming up on December 11th that you won't want to miss. Here's a hint: amazing machine deals. So start the season right and join us November 20th. Come ask questions and learn about these awesome machines. And who knows, you could be the winner of one of our fantastic prizes. We can't wait to see you there.
Hi, welcome back to 3 Things Live. I'm Allison.
And I'm Jackie.
And we are so excited to go through what we have today because how did Todd describe this? This fabric that we're going to work with today is soft as a kitten.
Yes, it is, actually.
Yes, I mean, it is.
Except my kitten. My kitten's not this soft.
Yours isn't a kitten anymore. Yes.
No, but it is, definitely. I think of it as melt in your mouth kind of thing.
Oh, do you remember those ice cubes?
Ooh.
I love those ice cubes.
Yes, I can think of all kinds of fun stuff. But we're going to talk about double lush velvet.
Okay.
This is a Riley Blake, and the nice thing about it is a lot like Minky, but it is double-sided.
Right.
Okay, and that is so soft.
Yes.
Feel
soft as a kitten.
Soft as butter. There we go.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to say.
And it doesn't, sometimes Minky will shed on you so you feel like you've held a kitten a little bit, but this double lush does not. I mean, it is more, it's kind of a combination between a fleece and a Minky, but it is.
Yes. Yes.
It is
and
so soft.
So it can be, when you first look at it, you're like, oh my goodness, that stretches. Mm-hmm. You know, can I really do this? And so you get a little bit nervous.
Right.
But I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on when I worked with this. The nice thing about this, and I'll say on this example, you could actually, one way to finish it is just to cut it around the edge because it doesn't fray.
Oh.
There's no fraying. You have to kind of shake the
Right, just
over
the-
the
yeah.
just the ends when you
Or a
cut it,
roller
when you
wheel,
actually cut
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You need to shake it just to get a few of the little
Throw it in the dryer for a
things.
minute.
Yeah, but really it did not. I've seen some minky and plush fabrics that, boy, you're smelling that and
You seriously need a house
you have
cleaning.
every little bit, you know, you're always seeing it. But this one actually was pretty good.
Oh, good.
So when you purchase it, it comes double-sided, so you could use either side.
Okay.
But if you wanted on this particular one, you could actually just cut around the edges and just leave it that way.
Oh, how pretty.
That
Okay.
would be one way. It doesn't really, it will roll a little bit, but it would work just fine for something just to snuggle up in.
Okay,
I
perfect.
mean, it's great.
So that is
So
the first way.
That's the first
That's
way.
the easiest
That's
way to
the
make a
easiest
blanket.
way. So I was having a lot of fun with this because I wanted to try all of the things, and that's why my serger's been working really extra hard. It's because I wanted to try threads. I wanted to try different feet. I wanted to try all kinds of different stitches to finish the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Now you could do this on a sewing machine as well, but if you have a serger, it makes it just like that.
Right.
You'll have a quick, easy gift for someone really fast. And who wouldn't love to receive something like that?
Oh, you know,
right?
I tell you what, I love that they have made this not, I mean, you can get baby fabrics, and in our
Yes.
store we have some baby fabrics,
Yes.
more juvenile, but I love that they've made this in more adult fabrics,
Right.
which, you know, lots of the young mothers are really decorating more adult, but who's to say we ever grow out of that cozy feeling?
It's true. It's really true. And the young moms definitely like something quick and simple, more simplistic. So this is just a perfect gift. And even if you cut it in smaller squares and make little, they even have the small little blankets.
Yes,
that-
or the little,
do
what
they-
do they call it? The sensory.
Sensory things,
Yeah,
yeah,
the sensory,
yeah.
you
So
know,
you
that
can do all
you
kinds of
take.
things.
Because my mom hauled around a quilt for my brother that was a king-size quilt, and
my
she hauled that thing around. It was flannel. I mean, finally, one day it just disappeared. But I'm telling you, my son loved his Batman cape, and he's close to 40 and probably still sleeps with his Batman
okay.
cape. I don't want to know.
I know a lot of people that still have their blankets from
Yes.
when they were little,
Yes.
for sure. All right, so I'm going to show you some fun, different ways to finish the edge of this double lush velvet. Now it is stretchy, so that's something that when you're going into it, you'll know that it stretches. It has a pretty good
yeah,
stretch.
look at
that.
this. Yeah.
Yes, but don't be afraid, because sometimes that stretch can make it take it to your advantage. So let me first show you what I did. I started off, I have all these fun examples. So I decided I was going to try a rolled edge. And so I just used the 3-thread rolled edge on my serger.
Very
and look
pretty.
how cute.
Yeah, very pretty.
That gathered it and made it look really fun. So
Yeah,
that was
very
one
pretty.
way, and it just kind of just did it on its own.
Right.
I also did it here as well on this side. I played with just regular serger thread. I also used arrow flock thread, and I also used a 12-weight decorative thread as well. So I'll show you the examples. So this is also another example of the rolled edge. I just love that, how
It's just dainty.
It's
I
very
mean, yeah,
dainty.
it's just very
And it
pretty.
makes it so fun. I just set up my machine the way it tells you to set it up for a 3-thread rolled hem.
Okay.
So then I thought, okay, I'm going to try something else and do a narrow hem.
Okay.
So I actually used this accent thread. It's a 12-weight, and it's really shiny, and it makes it look really,
Oh, yeah,
really
that's
beautiful.
really-
It
yeah.
finishes it just really nice. So on this edge, I did the accent thread.
Okay.
And I also curved my edges, so I didn't make it straight. I did a little bit of curvy stuff. So
We
it
girls
made
like curves.
Yes. So that was really a fun way to do it. And you can do that try out different threads. All right, let me see. Now this one, then I went into the arrow flock. So this is actually an
We should never let Jackie host a cooking show. Can you imagine how many things she would try?
Well, you have to try all of the things.
Of course you
right?
do, yes.
You do, just so that you can kind of give an idea. And that's why what I wanted to share today is that there are so many different ways that you could do this.
Right.
And it would be really fun. So then I used Aeroflock, which is kind of a stretchy thread. I'll show you how it's
And
a little
really
bit
thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very, very thin, and it actually went around the blanket really beautiful. And I did a narrow hem on this one.
Okay.
And
it's
so-
still
and
kind
it's still kind of
curved it, made
yeah,
a little fluted.
yeah. And so I played around with the differential feed on my serger, and you could tighten that up a little bit to make it wave a little bit more, or you could make it straight. So I actually played around with that, the differential feed on this particular sample. So, and the other thing I also found I used a 4th thread. Now I'm into a 4th thread. This is just your regular 4th thread overlock. And I actually used Aeroflock in both my upper looper and my lower looper.
Oh, it's very pretty. I
And
like
so
that.
it gives it a
shows
little
off-
bit more.
It shows off
yeah,
the edge.
It does.
Where
So-
the edge kind
yes.
of just blends.
So if you want, it depends on how much you want to see. Do you
Right.
want? You could blend the fabrics well enough,
Right.
or you could. So like on this particular one, I kind of I matched the side of it, and here it's double sided. I keep forgetting we can turn it this way too.
I know, that's the best part. It's so soft. I just
Yeah.
want to keep this
Isn't
in
that?
my
I
pocket.
think. I think this is just cute. I just want to do this.
Yeah.
I can see myself, doing this. So, yeah. But it was really a lot of fun to kind of
Okay.
play around with that. Now, a couple tips and tricks as I was working with this. Because it is stretchy, then that can kind of be a little bit intimidating.
Right.
Okay. And as I was sewing this, I had to not pull my fabric.
that's so
okay. I
hard.
think sometimes we get into the habit that we have to just push and pull our fabrics. But these feed dogs are fabulous on the serger. They will feed it through very nicely.
So you have
And
to just
so
sit
you
back,
just
relax,
have to
and enjoy
let
the
it
process.
be very
Gotcha.
calm, think cozy, and just
Watch
let it
Dateline.
let it just do its thing. And when I did that, it worked out really good. Instead of being so stressed that it was going to go through.
I know. Sometimes I find myself reaching to the back of my sewing machine and pulling it back through, going, "Allison, stop it! It will just do its thing." But I'm like,
Yeah, yes, I know. And so this one so you can finish the edges a couple ways. You can do a curved edge like I did here, or you could just do the straight off
Okay.
and then do at the corners.
Okay.
So it's just a straight corner. But the one thing that I found very helpful with working with this is I found that my presser foot left little markings, and the feed dogs actually made it kind of
yeah, just you can
dug up
kind
a
of
little
see.
bit because it's so good. But to avoid that, I have a little trick.
Okay, before we do that, I want to answer a question from Heidi.
Okay, yes.
She's a little bit confused on this fabric. So, Heidi, this is a new, well, it's not so new,
Fairly
it's about
new.
a fairly new
Yes.
product that Riley Blake Designs has offered called Double Lush.
Yeah.
And the Double Lush it's kind of a little bit fleece, a little bit minky, ultra soft.
Yes,
That is
very
printed
thin.
on both sides that you can, I don't know that I would embroider on it. Maybe if you had a really great stabilizer. But
I don't know
it's-
if I would. I don't know if I would
but
either.
you know,
but
I have seen pajama pants,
Yes.
pajama tops made out of them, accents to clothing, really nice blankets. It would be a
Yes.
great backing. So that's
Yeah.
what this fabric is called,
Yes.
Double Lush.
But it would be hard to cover up the back side.
Right.
Because it's cute on both sides,
Right,
right?
right.
So I would have a hard, I mean, you could even fold it, put two right sides together and
Right.
and just sew it on your machine and then turn it inside out
Right,
as well.
absolutely.
But yeah, but I love doing the serger with it.
Okay, back
So
to your...
back to me. Okay, do we have any other questions that we need to? Yeah, so it's both sides. Should we show them?
Yeah.
Well, here, we can just
Yeah,
show
we
them
can
here.
show 'em here.
So here's one side, and then if you flip it over, here's another side. So you could use either side and it would be darling.
Right.
Wouldn't it?
Right.
But like I said,
like
I
2
would
for 1.
I would have a hard time deciding which one to hide because
Right.
they're both so cute.
Right.
All right, so one tip that I learned as I was working with this is it did feed through my serger a little bit better by putting a wash away tape topper on it. So I just cut this in strips, just little
This is the
2 inch
Kimberbell wash away
yes,
topping.
just the 2-inch strips. I cut a bunch of them, and I put one on the bottom and one on the top. And as I fed it through, then it seemed to really go through the machine.
Yeah, that's a nice stabilizer
really
to
well.
do that. And I
then,
like how flat it lays.
Yes, and so then that kind of got rid of some of it was a little bit not as curly or lacy looking.
And speaking of ASMR, this is also
Oh,
a sound.
yes,
that
yes.
crinkle,
Can
crinkle
you
is
hear
also,
that?
yeah, crinkle,
So,
crinkle.
yes.
So maybe that's the sound you love too.
So then all you have to do when you're done is just peel that right off,
Okay.
and then you're set to go.
And anything caught in here the first time you wash it, or you
will
can
go
give
away.
it a spritz.
Yes, and it actually helps with a little bit of the, I don't know what the term is on here. When you're going around curves, sometimes you get a little bit of whispers, wispies,
Yeah.
lashes, or what do you call them? Something, that kind of thing.
We're going to call it.
It whispers, or wispies. But it just also keeps that contained as well. So that was one tip that I learned that worked really well. Now, if you're doing curved, I also used my clear foot so that I could see where I was going.
On the serger, on your Triumph serger.
On my Triumph serger. So I use that because I like to see where I'm going. And I want to see if my decorative threads are still going through and it's covering well. And then I also tried my curved foot that I used when I did curves. And it really made a big difference to use the tools that we have with our machines.
Sometimes I'm just the old J-foot girl, and I'm
Yes.
like, never get out another foot. And I'm like, why don't I do that?
Yes. Yeah.
Because they're made for a reason.
Yes,
I mean,
it's-
somebody didn't say, I'm going to make a fancy curve foot, but it doesn't really work.
Well, when you look at it, you're like, okay, does that really make a difference? But you know what? It really did when I was doing the curves.
Okay.
So I'm just going to just demo really quickly how to turn a curve when you're working with this stretchy fabric.
Okay.
And I did not use the topping, but I would definitely use the topping.
Well, now while you're getting set up, I'm going to share that we do have 1 yard cuts of 2 different kinds of double lush if you are interested in. Now they're pre-cut to 1 yards,
Yeah.
but they are 60 inches.
Yes.
So they are a little bit bigger. If you want to call the store, then they have a line of some juvenile fabrics and the fabrics that we're showing here. They also have those in the store that you could have as much as we have.
Yes.
Yardage wise, and so they can cut that to you. But we chose 2 really pretty.
Yes, they are really pretty.
pretty samples.
Yes.
That are on our website under as seen on 3 Things Live.
Yes, and so it's a lot of fun. All right, so I have mine already started, and it also helped to, instead of letting your serger do the curve, it really helped me to just cut the curve.
Okay.
Now I took just a bowl from home.
You know what? That's why we get along so well. Bowls, cups,
I
glasses.
says whatever I had to make that curve, and you don't want a real big curve.
Right.
You want just a gradual curve. So I
Dinner
have,
plate.
Yes, a dinner plate, whatever you have that has that curve that you would like to achieve. So I have started, and I just have this set at a regular 4-thread overlock stitch, and I have my stitch width at 6.5, and I have my stitch length at 2.5. So depending on how close you want those stitches, then you'll determine, kind of play around with it, make sure that you get the effect that you want. And I kind of want to see some of that stitching, so I'm going to do it closer together so that I can see the thread. I love seeing the thread. So I am just moving along, letting the feed dogs pull that fabric in, and you can kind of see, I go slow also. Don't feel like you have to push on the pedal either really fast, because sometimes then all things could go south if you do that.
Okay.
So
Do
I
not
love
go
slow.
south.
I love slow and steady, steady and slow. That's
And
the
if
way
you're
we
sewing on
always
the
go.
Triumph, you can always slow that down so
Yes.
that you don't even have a choice.
Yes, you can. All right, so I'm coming to a curve. Oh no, I'm coming to a curve. What do I do?
I don't know.
You don't jam on the brakes.
Okay.
Okay, let me show you. Slow and steady.
She would be a really great driver's ed teacher.
Oh, don't think so. I think
Okay.
I would kill the person, really. Oh, and I didn't say that either. I'd get really mad at him.
Okay.
All right, so when I'm coming to the curve, I'm going to anticipate what I'm going to do. And I'm actually going to use my hand and push my fabric, have my right hand on the presser foot lifter, and I'm going to ever so gently ease around the corner. And I'm going to go slow because you can kind of see that I am going really, really slow, and I can see in the back that my thread is on my fabric. I'm going to keep going slow, and if I need to lift the presser foot, then I will do that as I am going around. You can see there's a lot of bunching going on right here, right?
Yeah.
But it's okay because
Okay.
I'm stitching it and
As long
it's
as you're not
becoming
sewing
straight.
over the fold,
Yes.
it's okay to bunch.
Yes. So I'm going to move my presser foot up and down as I go through. Keep going until I go slow. If you go really fast, sometimes you won't catch that thread. Sometimes that thread won't catch.
Okay.
And so you'll have a gap. I was thinking you could even do serger lace on this as well.
That'd be really
Which
pretty.
would be really pretty. So now I am almost around the curve. I'm going to lift it up a little bit more. Once I get to the straight,
Dun, dun,
then
dun,
I
There's
can
that sound
go.
we love.
Yes, and I'll just go off the edge so that we can show what we did.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how easy it is to do a curve, even when you've got a lot of stretch in your fabric. Now,
Well, look how pretty
look,
that is.
okay,
Yeah.
it does make it a little bit wavy, but you know what? I'm okay with that. That's the look that I wanted to do. If you did not want to have it wavy, then play around with your differential feeds. You can make it a little bit shorter and tighter, or you can also use the water topper as well to help ease that around. So look how easy
Oh, that's
that
really
was.
pretty,
And
really fun.
And it looks so beautiful.
What a
Look,
great
on
gift.
both sides.
This is bound to be everybody's favorite blanket,
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So isn't that fun?
That is fun. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Jackie.
You're
I mean,
welcome.
you took so many of the fears of that
Yes.
around, and we're going to have Chris come over. She's going to talk about some of those other scary fabrics that are just really so easy if you just have the right tools.
Yes, it's right.
So we'll see you in just a minute.
It's November, and with the new month comes new themes and new faces on Three Themes Live.
We had Amy Chappell from A. Maroney Design stop by. She taught us how to make an adorable gingerbread man banner and showed off her newest designs.
Then we got a little gingerbread man crazy. We learned to decorate them on our sewing machines, added them to aprons, used them in ornaments, and embellished our clothes with them.
We also introduced the new Stitch Your Story theme for the month, Reflections. Each day we had one of our girlfriends show what they created to help inspire your next walk.
And you can do it! Catch up on all of this and so much more by clicking the links below, or watch us live every Monday through Wednesday at 1 p.m. Mountain and 3 p.m. Eastern on Facebook and YouTube.
Remember, Three Things Live is where we always have something to make you smile
Something to learn.
and something to discover.
Let's go! We would love to invite you to be a part of the Stitch Your Story Challenge for 2025. We're going to help you create a quilt this year that not one other person on the planet will have, because it's your story.
I wanted to leave stories for my kids.
We're asking you to create a personal 12.5-inch unfinished quilt block each month. It's according to a theme.
It's good therapy for me.
And we're going to give you different ideas throughout the year on what the theme is and and what techniques you could possibly do, because really there's no right or wrong way to do it. It is all up to you and your own creativity. All your questions could be answered by watching 3 Themes Live every month. That is going to be your go-to resource for everything Stitch Your Story. So please share with us your pictures, your stories, and you can do so by using the hashtag StitchYourStory2025 and hashtag MyGirlfriend'sQuiltShop. It's not too late. It's never too late. Start today and move forward, because I promise you won't regret it. All right, welcome back to 3 Themes Live, guys. We are ready to wrap up the show today, but I gotta tell you, I am so in love with that blanket.
Isn't it fun?
Yes, and you know what I was thinking as I was sitting over there, I thought, if you have a 1 yard cut and it's 60 inches wide, wouldn't that be the perfect size as lap quilts for those who are in
wheelchairs. Yes,
nursing homes,
absolutely.
right?
Yes.
Because it just makes
Or
it so it's
recliners, and they fold up so
Yes.
easily.
Yeah.
They travel easily.
they travel
Yes.
easily. So in the
I would
car,
love that. Yes.
something like that. So sometimes, we have to think, oh, what would I do with a 1 yard cut, 36 by 60? Well, I think a perfect little lap quilt.
Yes.
It's not too heavy. And it's so soft,
Oh, it
like
is.
a kitten.
It is.
Right.
Just like
Just
what
like
Todd
Todd
said.
said.
I
Yep.
think I would make it into a pillowcase, actually.
Ooh.
Don't you think that would be
Oh, my
a great
goodness.
pillowcase?
That would be
Or
a
pajama
great-
pants.
Or-
I'm just
yes.
saying.
Oh,
Or piece
all
it.
of
I
them.
mean,
We never
you
want to
can't
get
decide
out.
which
Okay,
size. I
I'm
mean,
ready.
Seriously.
There you go.
I'm ready to have some tea and hot cocoa and just sit on my couch
There
wrapped
you
up
go.
in a blanket.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, they did an excellent demonstration on showing things on the serger, and I thought that maybe I would show just a couple more things that were actually discoveries for me as I studied this topic a little bit more. And so one of the things that I put together for you, let's take a look down here, is this guide right here. So it's called Troubleshooting Sewing Issues with Specialty Fabrics. You can find it on our website. It's absolutely free. But it just says on here, when stitches skip, seams wave, or corners get chunky, don't panic, pivot. This is your quick guide to help you get that
Oh, what a
beautiful
great
finish.
resource.
So I put together 6 of some of the top things that we hear when we're experiencing trouble at the sewing machine with specialty fabrics. So, for example, one would be skip stitches on vinyl. How many of you have had that
yes,
issue?
so
Right?
frustrating.
Okay, I'm
You're
going
in
to
the
turn
middle of your
exactly
in the
and-
middle of your zipper pouch, and you're
yeah,
like, really?
we're stitching, along, and then all of a sudden it's like there's a skip, and then you go like this, and then there's another skip. Very frustrating, right?
Yes.
Same with a zigzag. Have you ever done a zigzag, and then all of a sudden that's a skip, and then it goes down like this, and then we've got another
The blanket
skip.
stitch is the same way.
Blanket stitch can
Yeah.
be the same way, yeah. And so that is something that can be very challenging. And there's a few answers to that. One simply is change your needle.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
It's
how
so
many
true.
times is that the culprit?
Almost
A lot.
every time.
Yeah.
Exactly. It really is. So, try those things at first. Try doing something as simple as rethreading your machine, changing your needle to a new needle, and seeing if that works. Now, for those of you who are stitching on vinyl, here's a couple other suggestions, because this happens quite often, can happen quite often
Yes.
with vinyl, and that is to change the needle. We talked a little bit about that yesterday, going to a microtex, which is very, very sharp point, but a 90-14 needle, which is bigger.
Right.
We talked yesterday about what those sizes mean. If you didn't have a chance to watch that, you can go back and watch, because the size of the needle also plays a really big role in this. Now, another issue that can happen when stitching on vinyl is with those skip stitches is simply changing out the presser foot. Can you guys think of what presser foot is the perfect presser foot to use on vinyl?
Oh, yes, I can.
I can
It's the,
too.
It's the Teflon foot, right?
Absolutely. We love the Teflon
Yes,
foot.
yes.
And the Teflon foot allows you to just glide over it so it doesn't like
Right.
get stuck,
Right,
right?
right.
So very, very important. If you've got a Teflon foot, use it. If you don't, we have them. You can find them on our website because it really can make a difference with not only vinyl, but with leather as
Yes.
well. Anytime you
Yes.
have something that's going to, not allow you to get through that smoothly, right? So another problem that we see is wavy seams in corduroy. I've got some suggestions for that. I also have suggestions on bulky corners, which we kind of talked about a couple weeks ago. There was a handout on what you could do about those corners so that they don't flare out or
Yes.
so less bulk. So a few of those tips are there as well. Okay, couple more. Crushed pile press marks on corduroy, right?
Yes.
Or minky.
Yes.
The press marks, what do you do about that?
Yes.
We were talking and looking at some of the double-sided, what do they call
Double
it?
lush velvet.
Double lush velvet. And there was some crush marks. It makes me wonder if after you wash it, if that goes away. So that's always an option.
Yeah.
But some other things that you can do is you press from the wrong side. Now this has nothing to do with the
Double
presser
lush, there's
foot,
no wrong
right?
side, yeah.
There's no wrong side to that.
Yeah.
But if you are having problems with, gosh, it just seems to crush the velvet, crush the fabric, the minky, whatever it might be, try ironing from the back of it instead of the front, and maybe folding up a towel and putting it on the towel
Yeah.
so that it has like
What about a pressing
cushion.
cloth?
Right.
Use a pressing cloth.
Yes.
Absolutely use a pressing cloth. Make sure you avoid anything too hot, and you can use steam, but if you're going to use steam, just lift and press.
Right.
Right?
Right, don't leave it
Not
down on
do
there.
the stretching.
Yeah.
I have something about wavy hems with twin needles on knits, which can also be a lot of fun. But the one I want to focus on for just a minute, and this was my aha discovery, okay, was how important the differential feed is. Now,
Yes.
Jackie talked about it today, and I just want to make sure that everyone can grasp what a differential feed means on a serger. So if you take a look at this serger right here, let's go ahead and lift up that presser foot. I don't know how well you can see. We might need Hallie's camera over here. But there are actually 2 sets of feed dogs on here. Will you
Yeah.
point that out, Jackie?
Here, let's take the foot off
Okay.
so they can see.
There,
Okay.
Now, we normally don't see this on a sewing machine, do
No,
we?
no.
Right? So having 2 sets of feed dogs actually is what the differential feed is all about.
Yeah.
So
There's a set in the
what's-
front.
Yeah.
And then a set in the back
And
as
what's
well.
so cool, you guys, is that all of those feed dogs, that is what helps you move the fabric through the machine. So what a differential feed will do is that it will make one set of feed dogs go at a different rate than another set. The front might go at a different rate than the back.
Yes.
And vice versa, right? So if you can speed it up, if you can slow it down. So let's take a look at the Triumph machine up here. This is where we're setting up our differential feed, okay? And different brands will have it in different places, right?
Right.
So, but on the Baby Lock, it's right here. N is going to stand for neutral.
Right.
Right? Or I like to call it normal.
Normal.
That's my
Yeah, that's a good
normal
one.
stitch that
That's
I
a good
normally
way.
would do.
Yeah.
And what that does is it's bringing in both layers of fabric at the same rate, all right? But what do you do when you are sewing Minky and Minky?
Oh, because they're both
They're-
slippery.
they're- Yeah.
Oh, so slippery,
Yes.
so stretchy, right? So I've got a few examples here to show you. This one I did at an inn, right? And look what happened. I thought I was
wavy on the
doing
top,
great,
yeah.
right? I mean, like it surged beautifully, and then I get to the end, and it started out just fine over here.
right.
They're both the same size. Okay, tell us in the comments, have you had this happen to you?
Not me, because I don't sew with that
Yes,
minky
and that's why I
envelope.
don't sew minky anymore.
Exactly, but I promise it is so, this is good.
But
If you don't understand differential feed, now is the time to
Yes.
dive into what it exactly means, because it can make the biggest difference in your sewing.
I agree.
So again, I thought I was starting out normal. I was just going along, singing a song, and then I get to the end and it's that much further. All right, so how do you fix that? Again, that was normal, right? So,
You just take
question.
your ruler, cut it right there.
You can do that too. You can do
Okay.
that too if the pattern will allow you
Yeah.
to. All right.
That's right.
Okay.
Sorry.
You know what?
Sewing with Allison is a
valid.
completely different show.
It's valid, absolutely. So then what you have, where did my sample go? Oh, I think I lost my sample. But you know what? Never fear. Jackie, you got this. Are you ready to
you're
do
gonna have
it?
me do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or we can trade spots if you want.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So I had another sample.
See, look at all
and I
of
don't
the
see where it
fluff
went.
that's going on.
Lots of fluff. And I'm wearing black pants, so
Yeah,
I
it's
got
gonna
fluff
be-
everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, look at this, guys. We're starting out at the same. It's exactly the same, right? Okay. Now, what happens? Let's bring the camera up here for a moment. What happens is when you push that differential feed up above the normal, so you're going to a 1, a 2, what happens is actually making the front feed dogs pull in at a faster rate than the back feed dogs.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's like working together in tandem so that you don't have that stretch, that pull, all right? So what I'm going to have Jackie do is let's go
She's
ahead.
looking and she's smiling at
And we're
me.
going to change her differential feed up to, I'm going to bump it up to a 1.3. Now you can play with this, right? Try it on some scraps. Try playing around with it. A 1.3 is what I have found to work the best, all right?
So
gonna
another
put
way
this in.
to think of it too is when you're going up this direction, there's a little picture on the front of this.
Yes.
So your fabrics are going to be more scrunchy together, but then if you go down below N,
Yes.
then they're going to be a little bit
It's going to
elongated.
stretch it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So what's interesting is that the differential feed will work a little differently on cotton versus how it will work on minky. And I'll show you why here in just a moment. Now, let's go ahead and pull that. Let's pull right back to the needles, Jackie.
Okay. I got to make sure that I have this all.
The
Here we
pressure
go.
is
Higher.
on.
The
I
pressure
chose
is
the
on.
best seat.
It is on.
All
oh
right.
my goodness.
So let's take a look. Let's see here.
Am I on? See, I always like, okay, I'm
Okay,
good.
so we have our differential
Yep.
feed bumped up. Okay, go ahead and begin sewing. Like you mentioned earlier, don't stretch it, don't pull it,
Yeah.
don't yank it, don't
Just
do
let
any
it-
of that.
just let it do
its
its
thing.
thing.
Let the feed dogs just play, all right?
Learn how to use your foot pedal.
You and I
Hold on.
have to be a little taller, don't we?
Yeah, I got to use my toe here.
There we go. Let's take a look.
All right, here we
Okay.
go.
Is it not plugged in?
I just used it. Maybe it needs to be.
Oh, it's because the presser foot was
Oh,
up.
there we go.
Ta-da!
Lesson number 1.
There's always a reason.
Okay.
Okay, so she's just letting it go in.
And that pulls so nice.
You can feel it,
those
huh?
Feed dogs engage.
Yes.
Big time.
But you can feel that
Yes, you can.
one is going a little bit faster, one is going slower.
Yes. It's
So-
a tug of war.
It
It's
is.
basically what it is.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, as you go, you're going to see sometimes like a little bump start to come up. If it does, stop. So you see that bump?
Uh-huh.
All right. Go ahead, stop, lift up your presser foot,
Get it.
and then push it back
Push it
down.
back down.
You don't need to try and push it. Okay, see the bump?
Yep.
Go ahead and lift up your presser foot and put it back down. Okay, now you don't have to do this with all your fabrics, but when you've got something super stretchy
Yeah.
like this, that's what you're gonna do. Oh my goodness, Jackie!
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, you did it! You did it! Okay, so that is so awesome, you guys. I love it. Good job. Let's take a look. And here you go.
Oh, look at the difference.
Look at the difference. It's huge, right? Let's pull back a little
Down,
bit.
Yeah, so you can see.
Yeah, this is fantastic, and that's what the differential feed allows you to do. All right.
I mean,
so,
it just lays nicer.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you
there's
did life
just
according
no
to
puckering
Allison,
or
yeah,
stretching
I mean, you know.
or anything. Now, here's another tip for you guys that I discovered as I, again, have been studying this. This is our crosswise grain, okay, because it has more stretch. But if you try to do it this way, this is along the selvage. Your selvage is always the grain line. Feel that, Allison? No
yeah,
stretch,
they call that
right?
the straight of grain.
Absolutely none.
The straight of
The
grain.
straight of grain.
Yeah, absolutely
Straight
none.
of grain versus the
Yeah.
crosswise grain. So, what does that mean? Okay, listen closely. Listen, listen, listen. If you are surging on the crosswise, which is stretchier,
Yes.
you're going to bump up your differential feed. But see what you think on this. If you're doing it against the straight of grain, which is along the selvage, no stretch, what are you going to do?
You're going to keep it normal.
Yes,
Yay!
you're going to have the end.
Whoa,
Good job.
Allison,
Good
good
job.
job.
So you're going to keep it normal. So remember that as, let's say you're stitching around a blanket. Remember, you're going to change that differential feed. When you go down one side and it's stretchy, you're going to bump it up. If you're not, you're going to keep it normal.
I love it.
There you go.
That's
All right,
a great,
that's
that's
there
a
you
great
go.
tip.
Great tips.
Yeah. Now, one final thing. You can see that Jackie had showed that you can bump it up to a 2, and you saw the little ruffle.
And gathering.
Well, look what happens when I bumped it up to a 2. I was able to gather a ruffle. This is on
Just by
cotton.
bumping it to a 2.
Just by
Yes.
bumping it to a 2. Now, yes, you do pull on the needle threads a little bit to get it as roughly as you want, but that definitely presents more of a ruffle than, because it's just such a flat fabric. So, here's the final test. If you've got a really slippery fabric, a very thin fabric, like a
Yes.
chiffon, what am I going to do? I'm actually going to take my differential feed down, and look how beautiful that's stitched, okay? Because now when you bump it down, it works together in tandem, but your front feed dogs actually go slower than your back feed dogs. I know there's a lot there, right?
Cool.
Wow,
Woo,
that
like I
some
just
of
came
you
out
are
of
probably
chemistry.
like,
what great information.
so I
mean,
hope you
it's
found that to
something-
be helpful.
yes.
Yeah, because it's something I never really thought much about. I was like, oh, differential feed, you can do ruffles that way. But I never really thought about what a difference it makes depending on the fabrics you are sewing.
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay,
there you
perfect.
go.
Good discovery.
All
That's
right,
awesome.
and then make sure and download your free troubleshooting guide on our website. And again, that double lush velvet.
Yes.
Love
If you
that
want
name.
1 yard cuts, there's 2 kinds. They're 1 yard by 60 inches wide.
But the store
But
has
the
some
store
other ones
has
too
some
if you
other
want
ones
it
too
longer.
If you want longer.
They can even take you on
Wider.
FaceTime and take
Yes.
you around,
Yeah.
right?
And tell
Yep.
and see what they have as well.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, Heidi said do a test swatch always.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Every time.
Agreed. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being with us. We hope you learned something new today and perhaps were inspired. You know, even if you don't have a serger, some of these same things can apply to our sewing machines. If you're doing this on a sewing machine, make sure you use that walking foot.
Yes.
Lengthen your stitch a little bit so that you don't have the puckering as you go through. There's lots of ways to get there. So, all right, before we leave, we want to tell you that we're doing our final call out. What's your comfort place? In fact, I believe that's on tomorrow's show, right?
Comfort place.
I think, yeah.
Ooh.
What is your comfort place? We want to know what's the one thing in your house that will never make a magazine shoot, but you'll never get rid of it because it's comfort. So I can't wait to see what you guys are doing for sure. And then we also want to remind you to mark your calendars. Tell us what's coming up.
Swig Night is coming up,
Yeah.
and it's all about sewing and embroidery machines.
Yes.
So Christmas is coming. If you've been on the fence, if you want to upgrade, or if you're just even curious, join us for
Exactly.
Swig Night. It's on November 20th.
Yes, 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time. It's going to be fun, fun, fun. And then finally, we have a little viewer call out, Ornament Memory Lane. Jackie, tell us about that.
Ornament. What's the one ornament that you'll never give away? Share your photos and the story with us behind it.
Yeah.
'Cause, ooh,
We
I
gotta
have
have
one.
Do you?
We
I
gotta
do
have a
have
photo.
one. Yes.
I can't wait to hear about
Yes.
it. Okay. Yes, so make sure we got to see that. We want to see your ornaments. We want to hear the story behind it. So I know a lot of you are like, I don't know which ornament to choose. Choose one.
Yes.
Yes.
Choose one. We definitely want to see it. All right, friends, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. We always love seeing you.
It was
and
fun.
whether you watch us live or you watch us afterwards, we're always incredibly grateful. And if you enjoyed the show, we are really grateful when you share it. So thank you so much for doing that. Have a wonderful rest of your day, my friends. Keep doing all the things you love. Good to have you both here.
Thank
always.
you.
Fun. It was fun.
And we hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.